So earlier's word of the day, I mentioned giving yourself permission to show up as someone new. But the thing with that is being consistent. So some of y'all may have been just wanting to show up different. You may have been wanting to shift your wardrobe, speak differently. You may be interested in different things, right? And it may be a very uncomfortable space that you're in because it's like you don't want to be looked at as a phony, as a Capricorn, you know? And like I said in the word, consistency is key, you know? And as you're evolving and, you know, breaking away from old habits and mindsets and things like that, it takes a lot of self-awareness. And so obviously you're not going to just literally flip the script and be this completely different person overnight, but it's about being consistent. Okay, if you set your boundaries, stand firm in those, because you'll be sending mixed signals. So if you say, hey, like, let's say for example, you say, like normally you're on the phone 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night or whatever, and you're trying to shift your life. You're trying to go to bed early or whatever. And so you set your boundaries and tell your peoples, hey, you know, I'm not going to be able to talk like that late because I'm going to be going to bed or whatever. And you may get some pushback, like I said, because people are not used to you setting these boundaries. They're not used to you operating in this way. And so let's say you stand firm in that boundary for day one, and then day two comes and somebody calls you. Let's say your time was 10 o'clock. Your cutoff time was 10 o'clock. Here goes somebody calling you at 9:45. You on the phone. How you gonna move when 9:59 come? When 10 o'clock come? You know, are you gonna let it slide this time? And that is the part where we have to be consistent and stand firm in our boundaries, because you're gonna send mixed signals. You're gonna send mixed signals, and everybody's not gonna get jiggy with it. They're not, and that's okay. And that's why we have to give the people around us space and grace to adjust and adapt, you know, to the times. So that just came through. So we about to pick up and see what Tarot got to say, but that's the energy that I'm picking up. Is like y'all are literally wanting to like an identity switch, but it's like imposter syndrome. You know, you may have people like saying little slick stuff. So we got the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So some of y'all are very much tapped into your telepathic gifts, your empathic gifts, your clairvoyance, your claircognizance. Some of y'all are psychics, mediums, and it's like you may try to keep this secret, like you're not comfortable with sharing this gift, because some of y'all are being called to share it in some way, shape, or form. And it's like it's like you see something for yourself, but you're literally trying to put the veil over your face, like turn a blind eye, like I didn't see that. You know, like when spirit come through and give you a download where you know like that it's time to move, and you like, I didn't hear that, like something was in my ear or something was in my eye, so I didn't see that. But you can't unsee it. You can't run away from the voice that's calling you, from that thing that's calling you. And one thing that I would say from experience is I know that's a very scary thing, because it's a process of you learning to trust yourself. And that may be a hurdle for a lot of you. Like, I don't trust my intuition. How do I know that what I see, is it clear? Is it accurate? Is it, you know, like, what is this? You know, and you will only be able to strengthen your intuition through exercising it, you know, in whatever way that looks like. And I recommend tarot, because some of y'all, one of the lullies came through the other day and was saying she don't know if she should tap into tarot. And that is one way to strengthen your intuition, you know, to delve deeper, you know. And the deeper you go, the more you grow, and your understanding, it grows as well, which brings peace. Because it's a lot of the times that we are thrown off, upset, because we don't understand what's happening beyond the physical. But if you delve deep and see something real quick, it makes sense. And it doesn't necessarily make it easier, because you're still going to have the emotions. You're still going to feel, right? Because we are human. We're experiencing life through our human vessels. But it will give you a greater understanding. So we got the High Priestess and Ace of Wands in reverse. So go ahead and do what that thing that you know you need to do. We got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this is confirmation. Truth is being revealed. Truth is being revealed, and some of y'all have been under deceit for so long, and now that truth is being revealed, you may be called to speak on this truth. Throat chakra, and it's uncomfortable for you. It's uncomfortable for you, but somebody got to say it, and you're going to be put in rooms and conversations for you to say certain things. All right, and some of the things that you say will make people uncomfortable, you know, but it's all about, I was going to say it's all about your delivery, but sometimes you can deliver in the best way possible, but if the person's, you know, not in the space to receive, they're going to hear it in whatever way they hear it. But just come from a pure intention, and just be mindful of your delivery, but you got to say it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to speak. You got to speak. You got to speak. And then you get upset when, you know, people treat you any kind of way, or when you feel like the underdog and things, but it's like you have to advocate for yourself. We are adults at this point, and we can't keep expecting for people to read our mind, you know, like speak. You know, if there's anything, you know, that somebody did or said, or anything you need, speak. Speak. So we got the Strength, the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Strength. So some of y'all are literally blocking the flow because you've given so much of yourself to where it may have been exhausting. You may have gotten kicked in the behind, right? Or there was just no reciprocity. And so you put up a wall, you put up a guard, because it's hard for you to balance, you know. And with this Strength, with this Leo energy, it's time for you to lead by example. It's time for you to lead by example. I understand that there are, you know, we pretty much have to teach ourselves things that could have been taught to us at a young age. But at this point, I mean, we can't keep dwelling on what we didn't learn. Because I told y'all before, it's a lot of stuff that our parents didn't teach us that we learned to do, that we do, you know. So in order to receive, you must give. And instead of, because some of y'all are so scared to give because you may be scared of losing yourself again. You may be scared of getting taken advantage of again, you know. And it's just, you just got to find that balance, because just as much as you give to others, you got to give to yourself. All right. Period. I want to pull some oracles though. You growing through this right now? Yeah. He said, seems we are more alike on this vibe. Y'all know we a tribe. Y'all know we a vibe. And you know, no matter what the facade is, what facade people put on for social media, or even in real life, right? We're all growing through something. Some of us are just better at covering it up. And here we are vulnerable, and you see, like, you're not the only one growing through it. You're not. But we're going to support each other, because what we don't do here is have pity parties or play victim, because we're not going to grow anywhere with that. We're in the age of Aquarius, have to speak and walk in truth. Definitely. And anything that is not of truth, you're going to see that. And so are you going to deny what you see, you know? Tired of being different and alone. I mean, hey, I mean, you can be like everyone else and be with everyone else. You can be like everyone else and be with everyone else, if that's what you want to do. But you are not alone. You may be looking for your support. Your support is around you, but it's not showing up in the form that you expect it to. So that may make you feel lonely, but you are not. And lonely, being alone and feeling lonely are two different things, but this is for me. I give and leave myself nothing, period. It's so nice having you here, Sequoia. I joined at the perfect time. Welcome all of you. Welcome to all of you who are joining us. All right. Let's see what else we got. I love y'all. Once I started my healing journey, I lost a lot of people. I guess they want to live in lies. Well, the people that you lost along your healing journey was versions of yourself. So everybody was reflecting you and where you were. So, you know, when we outgrow certain seasons, certain aspects of ourselves, rather, we see that in our reality as well being reflected back to us. So the way that vibration that you were once, that frequency where you were once vibrating at, you are no longer, or that space that you were once in, you are no longer there. So therefore, it's going to be a little static in your relationship, because y'all, trauma bonding is a thing. Trauma bonding is a thing where y'all have the same wounds, the same scars, and y'all over here like, oh, look at what happened to me. And they're like, oh my God, me too. And once you begin to heal those wounds, it's like you no longer are dwelling over your cuts, right? You don't have those cuts, those wounds, those traumas to talk about anymore. And, you know, me personally, the perspective that I have in regards to how we navigate through this journey is everyone around you, people around you are locked versions of you. And it's up to you, it's up to you to unlock these versions of you. And once you unlock these versions of you, then you will elevate or move to the next level, the next chapter, the next test, and they will still be in that space. And that's not to write off as they will forever be there, but that was more so for you to see yourself and then to get yourself out of that space. All right. And, you know, every so often you may have that reflection of you who going all the way as well, but you are the one that's going to go all the way in your way. I love being here. I love having you here. I feel like certain lessons are being repeated to see if I really learned my lesson. Yeah, the infinity sign. You know, like I said before, we talk about closing karmic cycles. Did you really close a cycle? Because it's a recycle. There's no end, there's no beginning. So you're going to move out of a space, but go around that circle, right? And you're going to come right back to the center. You're going to come right back here. And it's like, okay, now how are you going to show up this time? Literally. And some of y'all have been in situations like that where it's like deja vu, where you're like, wow, how did I end up back here? And it's like, because the infinity sign, like, you're going to end up back here, but how are you going to show up? Are you still the same? Did you grow in any areas? Are you stagnant? Like, it's all to see where you are and where you've grown or not. Child, I just lost everybody. Dang. Dark night of the soul. I definitely am learning to give myself, and I'm always giving to others. No, it is not Lionheart. All right. Yeah. All right, so let's see what popped out. We got sad news. Boo-hoo. Sad story. Black American dad story. Know that I'm your sister's kid, but it still doesn't explain the love that you have for me. Boo-hoo. Sad story. Like, next. It's a process, but I'm going to continue to stand on business. So we got sad news, and we got the sun. We got the world, and we got justice. So, sad news, justice. So, some of y'all may have been focusing on balance, on recalibrating your energy, balancing your energy, and you didn't know that there would be certain things that had to be severed with that, with you coming into balance, right? So we got the sad news and we got the justice. That's the Libra energy. That's also tomorrow. So tomorrow, we got sad news. there may have been some kind of misunderstanding. I'm tapping into tomorrow's energy now, y'all. There may have been some kind of misunderstanding between you and a loved one, like I said, platonic, your spouse, your partner, your sister, your cousin, whoever. And there may be some kind of a conversation that happens that balances the scales, that brings the understanding, and y'all can like move forward. Because I'm getting like an agree to disagree kind of energy. It's like you have your perspective and they have theirs, but it's like you can meet in the middle some way, somehow. Or y'all are going to at least consider like the other person's perspective. So if you were thinking about, now y'all have to use your discernment now. Use your discernment. But yeah, if you were thinking about revisiting a conversation, tomorrow would be a great day to do that. All right. And we got the world. Talk about cycles, because the world talks about cycles, karmic cycles. And so we got the world. So things are definitely coming full circle. But I'm getting with this strength. It's like, it's something about you that was hard-headed. Or not necessarily hard-headed, but just stubborn. Like stuck in your ways, stuck in your perspective. And this is, I speak from experience. Ooh, I gotta remember that camera right there. Because I know for me, this is a full circle. In regards to me being stubborn, you know, and I know this, and I got this, and I got that. And it's like, I'm now seeing like, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. I could use a little assistance in that. And so there may be something that unlocks within you where you're like, maybe I big myself up a little too much. Now I done serve myself a slice of humble pie, you know, and that's okay. That's okay. And that is growth, where you can take accountability and be like, you know what? Like when you start to see yourself and your bullshit. Okay. So, I don't know who needs to hear that, but it's okay to say I'm wrong, or, you know, you was right, you know, because you weren't necessarily wrong, but that person may have been right, you know. And you may have completely dismissed their perspective. So I will open my mind and heart up to receive, because at the end of the day, I know we are on Earth School and we're here to learn, and everybody in your life is here to teach you something.
10 minutes.
We done?
So you got.
I got 10 minutes.
You got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes, y'all. So I'm seeing somebody go more natural. Like you may have been into makeup and weave, like heavy on the makeup and weave, like full face, and you're like going more for like a natural glam. A natural glam that's coming through for somebody. Right, maybe I was wrong. Y'all go get y'all goddess facelets on Crystaline.com. I just created these earrings because I wanted something simple. We have some goddess earrings on the website as well. If you're just trying to elevate, you know, because the face jewelry is the new makeup. I'm just saying, you know, get your little liner and a little facelet, and there you go, boom. All right, so we got Judgment in reverse. Hey, Juju. Hey. Hey, Madia. Hey to all of y'all. I've been on a roll. Oh, geez. Okay, so we got Judgment in reverse, Journey in reverse, and the Sun came out again. I shuffled the cards, and the Sun came out again. And that's also Leo energy. Where my Leos at? But we got the Sun, the Star, Judgment in reverse, and the Journey in reverse. So yeah, things are not going to move along for you until you start to acknowledge and accept truth. Period. Some of y'all, you've been wishing on a star, goddammit, you know, manifesting, trying to anyway, call certain things into your life, and it's like nothing's moving because we got the Journey card in reverse. And we got the Judgment in reverse, and the Judgment is all about truth. And so it's in reverse, and so it's like it's some truth that you are failing to acknowledge, and this could be about yourself, a person, place, or thing. But until you see it for what it is, see yourself for what you are, who you are in totality, light and dark, right? you won't get what you really want in totality. You may get a snippet of it, a little sneak peek. But on a lighter note, we had sad news come out, but then the sun is positive news. So, I mean, the highs and lows. So, let me see. Yeah. So we got love and thoughts and the Tower. Okay, so we got love, marriage, and thoughts. So, like I said, with tomorrow, with the energy being Pisces, okay, because the 3 is Sagittarius and Pisces. Tomorrow will be a great day to be heavy in your head, heavy in your visualization in regards to marriage and love, what you want that to look like. Yeah, and tomorrow is also Venus Day. So, and also, but with the Pisces energy too, think about how you can show up for that person. And this doesn't have to be, because the marriage card is here, and some of y'all aren't in relationships. And even for those of you who are in relationships, this isn't purely tied to relationships. Marriage, that's a contract with anything. The contracts that you have with your job, the contracts that you have with your children, your pets, your plants, whatever contracts it is that you signed. Think about how you can give, how you can show love. We always focus on receiving, like I said. But tomorrow, how can you give? And know that you will receive. You may not receive from that thing. It may not be an instant, receive. Like, as soon as you give it, you receive it. But no, it's going to come tenfold. But even if it don't come back, like, give. You are love, right? So let it flow. Let it flow unconditionally. I know it's easier said than done, but once you move into that frequency of and that mindset of how can I give, how can I serve, you then receive everything that you were looking for tenfold, that you were, expecting tenfold. So we got that. And then we got letter in the house in reverse. And then we got the Tower. Hold on, let me clarify this. Letter in house in reverse, Tower upright, Temperance in reverse. Some of y'all might be, this may be for somebody specific, but you may be, there may be, the rent may be a little behind, or you might be scrambling like eggs trying to make ends meet in regards to house matters of some sort. You may be searching for a home, or because the Tower is here, you may be living with somebody else, you may have lost your home. Okay, but tell me more. And we got the Strength. The Leo came out again. Yeah. I'm just getting that. It's like, it's giving that, I don't look like what I've been through. Some of y'all are literally struggling, but you're doing a good job at covering it up, but you're tired of covering it up. You're tired of covering it up. And that's the problem. Don't cover it up. Now, I'm not telling you to go outside and be boohoo crying, in this depressive energy to where you can't function and do what you need to do. But I mean, more so, take the covers off when you're home. Like, be honest with yourself. And even throughout the day, like, be honest with where you are. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. But let's just get to the root of this unokayness. And know that just like a wave, we're going to have our highs and lows. Spirituality is not all peace, love, and light. What I said yesterday? Sometimes it be chaos, hate, and darkness. The duality. You've been down for a long time and you're behind on your stuff. Okay? And you know, when it comes to you're behind on your stuff, I want you to reflect on how did you get behind? Were you so in fairy tale world with the Pisces energy, right? In the spiritual realm, manifesting what you want to come, that you forgot what obligations and due dates you have right in this physical realm right now? You know, were you not managing your money properly? You know, were you trying to help everybody else when you couldn't even help yourself? You know, how did you get yourself in this? It's a lot of the times when we're in these unfortunate situations and we feel cursed, and or we point the finger, but it's like, what part did you actively play in this? Because you had to play a part for you to get here. Like everything, we're constantly manifesting. Everything around you is a manifestation, rather it was conscious or unconscious. So, how did you get here? Do you like where you are? Because some of y'all may be in a great space, and that's good. I am great, thank you. I've been trying, but I'm tired of not being okay. Praying for you, Jessie girl. Yes, I refuse to get back. Trying to stay optimistic through my situation. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, because we got the strength and we got the sun that came out. As cliche and easier said than done as it may be, you gotta follow some kind of light. You have to follow the light. Because if you don't, that darkness is going to overpower you. All right? It is. And then you'll really move into that space where you're unmotivated and you let the enemy in me, right? Your shadow self block you in your own way, you know? It's been hard since I quit my job to work for myself. And that's another thing too that we have to be more mindful of, because it's a lot, you know, we can be really flighty when it comes to certain things. Now, sometimes, okay, we do, you will be called, like you will have to take a risk, right? You may just have to jump. But sometimes we don't have to jump when we think we have to jump. And you got to think about, like, okay, if I do leave my job, how my bills gonna get paid? You know, like, am I pursuing, you know, am I getting this money on the side, and can this help me sustain my lifestyle? Or like, what are you doing? Are you just jumping and just, because I was about to say, are you just jumping and hope that the net is there? Because yes, the universe will always like support you, but in a sense, like, if you jump too soon, you will bump your head. You will bump your head. And there is a way out, you know, but it'll just be a little harder versus if you gave yourself time to transition. So I don't know who needs to hear that. Give yourself time to transition. And if you want your business to go from part-time to full-time, then you'll just have to balance the two. So let's say you have a full-time job, but you want your part-time, your business to be your full-time. You're going to have to sacrifice some hours, late nights, early mornings, right? The duality. You're going to have to give all of you to both before you can completely, you know, jump over. So we got to stop and think before we just make certain decisions, you know. Seek guidance from somebody who actually is in a position that you want to be in, and they can help you navigate through that space. All right. Too much in the spiritual, got to get back grounded. Definitely. Yup. Healing people not making enough at work. My ears are hot. That was the one trying to help everybody, and I don't have it for myself. Sometimes you don't have it. And then when you start getting it, you think you got it. You still don't have it. You still don't have it. And that's one thing about, you know, money. When it begins to flow in for you, it's often that we get tested. So you'll get a little something to see how you do with that. And depending on how you handle that, how you manage that money, that will determine if you're ready for, because some of y'all may be manifesting like a six-figure business, or you want, you know, this grand amount of money, but if the universe literally gave you that right now in this moment, you would blow it fast. Like the people who hit the lottery and they buy all this stuff, and then a year later they are broke. You know, so it's like, so manage what you have with the little that you have. Cut back, right? Cut back. And then, and build. And you don't got it. And remember I told y'all before, your no is somebody else's yes. You're not meant to say yes to everything. But you will be tested though. And especially for those of you who are always showing up for people, of course they're going to come to you. And some of y'all are so empathic that you feel others' disappointment, you know, when you say no. And you got to move beyond that. They ain't your damn kids. They are not your children.
30 seconds.
All right. You must do the work. I follow my heart. Just power up. So to close up this message, be honest. Be honest. And for some of y'all don't have relationships and stuff for tomorrow, but communicate with yourself. Love on yourself. Show up for yourself. Be honest with yourself. Have those deep, heartfelt conversations with yourself. I said self, myself said, and let's get to the root of it. And don't beat yourself up for what you did, but just call yourself out and choose different. Right? So that's it for the tarot. And if y'all want a personal reading, you can book on the website, CrystalineMars.com. You said tell them cut back on my rent. Well, I mean, you can always get a smaller space. You could cut back on your rent. What you talking about? You living beyond your means? You living beyond your means? You trying to be bad and bougie and you ain't really got it like that? I mean, you choosing where you stay. What contracts you done signed? You say the terms and conditions. Hold on, I gotta reread those. I gotta reread them terms and conditions. Because seriously, what are you saying yes to? That's the question of the day.